The primary key we can apply it on a single column. Okay, single column. Okay, that means let you come out. Okay, so we applied only one primary key on a table test 8. Test 8 we applied only one primary key. Okay, fine. But guys, here suppose the requirement is what now? Suppose you need to apply a primary key constraint on multiple columns in a table. Okay, now so here single column we applied a primary key constraint. We apply primary key constraint on a single column of a single table and one primary key. Suppose when I want to apply primary key on multiple columns, then what we called, for example, this is what we can say: composite primary key. Composite primary key. So what is the mean by composite primary key? And this is very important, guys. Composite primary key generally we are using in normalization concept. In normalization concept, it was very highly what we can say, it's very important. Actually, it's a very important. Most often we are using composite primary keys in our normalization techniques. Okay, now so now you have a good idea, okay, on composite primary key here. Then you can easily understand that whenever we are going to using normalization techniques, on normalization techniques, how this composite primary key will be used, you can easily get it, the techniques. Okay, now so that's why all of you focus it on this. Okay, I will slowly explain here and carefully observe. Right now, so composite primary key, basically what is the mean by composite? Composite is nothing but multiple. Okay, composite nothing but multiple, otherwise more than one. That is called a general meaning of composite. Composite is nothing but multiple. Okay, so now composite primary key. Composite primary key, what is a composite primary key? Means here observe, when we apply a primary key constraint, a primary key constraint, careful observe, definition observe, when we apply a primary key constraint on more than one or more than one column in a table, in a table, is called as primary key, is called as primary key. Right now, this is what, and the syntax observe, guys. Here syntax is what? Now simply we are applying here primary key of column 1, otherwise you can say column name 1 comma column name 2 comma and so on. Okay, so this is what the syntax of composite primary key. And let you see, guys, one example on this. Carefully observe. Suppose I'm creating one table. So create a table, table name, test number 9, and now we can one serial number. Okay, otherwise some branch code, integer. So branch name varchar to offer some size, right? So varchar of some size. Now here on these individual columns, I didn't apply my primary key. Careful observe. On these individual columns, I didn't apply primary key. So now what I'm going to do, suppose I need to apply primary key on multiple columns, then first of all, you have to define your columns definitions. The columns definitions, as usual, you have to define, right? After defining this, then end of the table, careful observe, end of the table, you should apply primary key on which columns you require, for example, B code and B name, close. So now carefully observe guys. Now tell me, how many primary keys are there in my table? Come on guys, how many primary keys are there in my table? Two primary keys are there. Guys, careful observe. How many primary keys are there in my table now? Yeah, only one. Why are you telling two, guys? See, only one we applied. Yes, we applied on two columns. I'm not asking columns now. I'm not asking columns. I'm asking what primary key is applied on. Sorry, how many primary keys are there in the table? Means only one. If anybody asks you, now you can tell me primary key is applied on how many columns? Then you can say two columns here. Yes, two columns. Right now? Right. So now it's a very important thing is what now? So primary key constraint on which columns you applied here, now these two columns will be, or the two columns combination will be checking. Okay now? So now primary key here, what happened? Individual columns are not checking. Here primary key checking the combination of columns. It's a very important point. If this statement, if you understand, you can understand what is composite primary key. Okay na? Yes. So now, Ankit, in my table only one primary key yaar. Where is my more than one primary key, Ankit? As your table definition satisfied na? A table is having only one primary key. Now see, your table, test 9 table. Tell me, how many primary keys are there in test 9 table, guys? Ankit, check it. How many primary keys are there in your table? One. So satisfied na, Ankit? Yes. Okay, right. Now we can observe. So primary key was applied on multiple columns. That's why what it was happened, guys, here. On which columns you applied your primary key, that combination of columns data will be checked. That means individual columns are not checking. Careful observe, it's a very, very important point. Individual columns are not checking. Right? So checking what now? Combination of columns are checking. Checking what now? Combination of columns are checking. Right, my point? Combination of columns are checking, not individual. Right? So this two combination is going to be verified. Okay, is checking, not individual. Right? Now we can see, come out and see. Now I'm going to execute it now. Individual columns are not checking. Very important point. Individual columns are not checking. Checking combination of columns data. Okay, right. You see, I'm executing. Yes, your table successfully created. Right? Okay, fine. Now we can see. Come to your table. I just refresh my test 9 table. I'm refreshing test 9 table. right? And come out and check here. The test 9 table is created. Open your columns. Now you can see two columns are there, B code and B name. Now you can see on B code, it was showing primary key. On B name, it was showing primary key. And these are the two key symbols are showing it. It means, what it means here, your primary key was applied on these two columns. Your primary key is applied on these two columns. Understand? So this is what it was happening, guys. But here, how many primary keys we applied on table? Let you see. Let you see only one. Only one. See point C. Observe. Only one is applied. Only one is applied here. Only one is applied. Only one is applied. So one primary key on test 9 table, but one primary key I was applied on two columns. So here, very important point. So we are applied only single primary key on your test 9 table, and the single primary key I am applying on two columns. Applying on two columns, right? Now let you come out. Let you come out to check now. Now I need to test it. Test number 9. Test number 9 and 2 execute this one. So there is no data in this, right? And now I just go to insert now. Insert into test 9. Sending values of 1021 SBI I'm sending. 1021 SBI I'm sending. Careful observe. Guys, 1 second. Okay, right guys. So observe. Here, see 1021 and SBI, the both combination I'm inserting. Now clearly observe. I selected to execute it now. Okay, one row is affected. Now you just call your table. So 1021 SBI inserted because it is a first record. Because it is a first record, so there is nothing confusion. Okay, now you can see now this one. Okay, it's a first record, so there is no confusion. The first row data successfully inserted because it is a first data allowed. Now second one you can see. Suppose are you inserted now? Suppose are you inserted now? 1021 SBI I'm inserting now. So here carefully observed 1021 SBI combination. This combination already existing in my table. Yes or no? Yes or no? Already existing now this combination? Yes. So already this combination is existing, but same combination again I am inserting here. Okay, so now here I am going to apply. So what it was happen, guys, you see once I want to execute it or inserting the same combination of data, now I'm executing now. Let you see what happened. It was showing error. it was showing error. What it was showing error? Carefully read, carefully read. Violation of primary key constraint, so and so ID number, cannot insert duplicate key in the object test9. The duplicate key value is 1021 SBI. Okay, now combination understand now? So 1021 SBI, 1021 SBI. Okay, what it was showing us guys here. So this two combination, you can see this combination already existing. That means your table, your SQL server is telling that this combination of data already existing in your test9 table. See test9 table. Okay, now so that's why this is what we called as a, this will be treated as a, this will be treated as what now? Duplicated data. So duplicate data, what it was that happened here, duplicate data is not allowed. Is not allowed, simple. Primary key constant nature is what now? Duplicates are not allowed. Right? Now let you see. Suppose I'm inserting 1021 ICICI, I'm inserting now. Can you tell me guys here, 1021 ICS can I insert? Carefully observe. So somebody is saying not allowed, somebody is saying yes sir allowed. Yes sir allowed, and somebody is saying not allowed. Okay. Yes. Here, what my point is, that's why my point is not understand with somebody. Somebody is not understanding my point. My point, what I said starting, primary key when you applied on multiple columns, multiple combination of data only checking. Individual columns are not checking. I think this statement you forgot it. Just now I said this statement. What I said, individual columns are not checking. Checking combination of columns data only checking. And now tell me, 1021 ICICI allowed or not allowed? Now tell me, allowed or not allowed? Yes. Now understand? Na? Yes, it is allowed. Why, sir, it is allowed? Because this combination is not there in my table. 1021 ICSC combination is not there in the table. That's why this is not a duplicate. This is not a duplicate. Yes or no? This is a unique data. Unique data, definitely it was allowed. Unique data, definitely it was allowed. My point understand now? Now we can see, let you see the same thing. Suppose I repeated again, 1021 ICICI. If I'm inserting again, careful observe guys. ICICI will be, so what I said, this is allowed. This is allowed. Now can you tell me, can I allow this? Can I allow this? No, I can't allow this. Why I can't allow this means it is a duplicate combination. This combination already existing in our table. Already existing in our table. So that's why this is not allowed. Now we can see. Now we can see. So violation, error. Source ID number cannot insert duplicate key. Okay, and the key value is 1021 comma ICICI. Right? This is what it was going to be happen. Okay, now right. So now this is not allowed because it is a duplicate. Because it is a duplicate. So duplicate is okay, not allowed. Right. Now concept understand all of you. Come on guys, all of you clear this concept? Okay, right. So this is the combination, guys. Okay, Ankit, what you said that we did here, your question answer already there. Okay, na Ankit, your question answer is there already. Okay, na? So this is the example. This is the example. Okay, na? So this is example. Okay, right. This is composite primary key we call. Okay, right. So now this kind of combination of columns, whenever you want to check, then that kind of nature is called as a composite primary key nature. That kind of nature is called as a composite primary key nature, right? Okay, and now we can see this is, see, primary key. When you apply single column, only one column you can checking. When you apply primary key on multiple columns, then multiple combination of checking. This is only the difference, guys. Single column, if you apply primary key single column is verified. Either it is a duplicate or not, a single column checking. Multiple columns, if you applied now, then multiple combination of columns are checking. Individual columns are not checking. Okay, that point is very important. So this is composite primary key, the nature, right? Okay, and the next one is the last constant is what now, guys? Here, foreign key. Next one is what now? Foreign key, right? So what is foreign key? What is a foreign key? Observe. Basically, guys, your foreign key is used to create or else make a relationship in between tables. This is the main cause. Okay, this is the main cause. The main cause is what now, guys? Here, okay, what is the main cause here? Okay, so to create or make a relationship in between tables. So that is the main cause and purpose of your foreign key constant, right? But guys, here, whenever you want to making the relationship in between tables, okay, there are some basic rules are there. There are some basic rules are there. There are some basic rules are there. Okay, what is those rules? Okay, right. First basic rule is in between which tables you are making a relationship. In between which table we are making relationship, those tables should have at least one common column. That means relationship tables should have at least one common column. At least one common column. But here, common column, whatever we said, column name is optional. Common column name is optional. Okay, common column name is optional. common column name is optional, but it is recommended here, guys. Okay, it was a recommended. Okay, now recommended. So why it is recommended means here, why it is a recommended here. So common column name is optional, I said. See, a very important point here. Column name is optional, but it is a recommended, the people saying that. It is a recommended, the people saying that. Point is understand now? Okay. So point understand now? Now what it is, observe. Observe. It means what? I will give example also. Don't confuse. I will give example also. Suppose this is one table, guys. Test one table. Test two table. Test three table. Test four table. Like there's so many tables are there. Suppose in between four tables, now I need to create a relationship I want to create. When I want to create a relationship in between these four tables, and whatever the common column is said, the common column, for example, I want to take a different columns I'm taking. For example, serial number, S number, SR number, SR number, if I want to take like this. So here what happened, guys, here all column names, that is every table column name is a different. That means test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4. These four tables common column, whatever I said, the common column is a different column names I was taken. But whenever, guys, whenever you want to take different columns in these tables, then tell me, it is a difficult to identify now. It is a, what I said, it is a difficult to identify a key column. Identify a key column. Okay, now. So your question is, why, sir, we are going to be confused? Okay, difficult means what now? It's a difficult to identify key column. Because I was taken, the four different columns I was taken, guys. Four different columns I was taken, guys. Four different columns I was taken, guys. Okay, now? So that's why what it was happening, guys, here. Okay, so if different columns, whenever you want to take it, the problem is what now? Identification is very, very difficult. That means which is my primary key column, which is my key column, which is my key column. Key column means main column. That is called a relationship column, a relational column. So which column is a relational column is a very, very difficult to identify. It's a very, very difficult to identify. So this complexity to avoiding purpose, we are taking what now? Common column name I'm taking now. That means this is not a mandatory, your wish, you can take it, no problem. But confusion is occurred. When you're working level, you will be confused here. That's why in real-time industry people, what they will do, what they want to do, they're going to be doing like this. Same as usual. I just take this copy. When I'm taking here serial number, if I'm taking my common, that means my key column is the same name if I take here, then I got very, very easy to identify. easy to identify key column. Easy to identify key column. Because in all tables, in between which tables you want to create your relationship, in those tables, which one is a common column name is there? Which one is a common column name is there? So that is our key column. This is the reason easy to identification purpose, complexity to reducing purpose, the real time people are using same column name in every table. It's a not a mandatory, but it is a recommended. It's not a mandatory, but it is a recommended to use the same column name in your tables when you make a relationship between the tables. Okay, na? This is one point. Second point is what now? Second rule. Whatever a common column name is there, whatever a common column name is there, this common column name may be different or same, may be different or same, but that column, data type must be same. Okay, must be what it was saying here, must be same. So here column names may be different, but their data types compulsory same. It means what? For example, test 1 table, test 2 table, test 1 and 2. Now you given serial number integer, you are given serial number varchar type. Suppose whenever I was given like this, so in this one table same column integer type, in another table same column varchar type, varchar type. So when data types are different, then it is showing it was not allowed here. This is not allowed to create a relationship. This is not allowed to create a relationship, right? That's why what it was taking here, compulsory, it may be like this. So this is allowed. Otherwise, different column names you can take, but data type, this is also allowed. This is also allowed. Okay, now. So this is second point, guys. So we should have a one common column in the table for creating purpose. Okay. Otherwise, should have a common column. Okay. Second one is what now? Data type must and should be matched. Right? Now, the third one is, what is the third one? Third rule is what it was telling third rule. What it was telling third rule. Third rule. Whatever the common column, okay, whatever the common column, otherwise you can say like this. In one table, a common column is a primary key, and other table means second table, another table, common column should be what is this? Yes, foreign key. What is this? Foreign. So in one table common column is a primary, and another table same common column should be primary key. So one table common column should be primary key, one table common column should be foreign key. The point understand now? It should be, that means one table should have a primary key, one table should have a foreign key. It means that. Okay, right. In this, which table is having primary key, then what the people saying here? Primary key table is called as parent, and foreign key table is called as a child, right? So this is one important point. Next one, foreign key column values are must be primary key column values only, must be primary key column values only. So that means whatever the foreign key column is storing the values, whatever the foreign key column is storing the values, those values must and should be primary key column values only. Okay now, what it means, for example, let us see one example I will do. Okay, serial number, this is primary key in one table. Same serial number, this is foreign key in another table, second table. Okay now suppose primary key is having some value 10, 20, 30. See foreign key, see, observe, primary key column, which values are there in the primary key column, those values only accepted by foreign key. That means now see 10 accepted, 20 accepted, 30 is also accepted. But when you try to insert 40, then 40 is not allowed, because 40 is not there in the primary key column. 40 is not there in the primary key column. Clear all of you? Clear all of you? Come on guys, clear all of you? Yes. So yes, very good. Yes, so 40 is not there in primary key column, because primary means what I said, primary means what now, parent table. When parent is not there, then child also not there, not possible. Child without parent, child is possible? Is it possible guys, without parent child? No. So that's why 40th parent is not there, then child is not possible. So 10 is allowed, 20 is allowed, 30 is allowed, but 40 not allowed, because 40 is not having in this primary key table. Okay now, that is. And the last point here, foreign key is accepting duplicate and null values by default. Okay now, so that means here foreign key is accepting duplicate. See 10, 20, 30, that allowed, 40 is not allowed. But if I insert a null is also allowed, because null is nothing but unknown value. Null is nothing but unknown value, so it is allowed. That is a default nature. That is a default nature. So foreign key by default accepting duplicates and nulls. That is the default nature of foreign key. Okay now, so these are guys the 6 points or 6 basic points, basic rules are you should be follow when you want to make it a relationship, right? And how to make it relationship, and these all points practically, okay, these all points practically we will implement, okay, when we are creating one relationship. Okay now, so that example tomorrow I will show you how to creating relationship in between tables, okay, and these points how it was possible. Okay now, so how it is possible, so that all we will discuss in the tomorrow examples, right guys? Okay, right guys, thank you so much, and we will meet on tomorrow.